So that made touring fantastic.
Talk about your movie. I know I heard you talk about one time John Singleton. He was shooting or trying to present Boys in the Hood.
He was doing the Baby Boy. He was shooting. He was filming Baby Boy.
Yep.
And I had just finished the script, and I was like, John, help me with this. I just gave him a couple of pages. I was scared. I don't want nobody stealing my idea. And he was like, girl, you gonna have to do this yourself, just like I did Boys in the Hood. And I was like, don't say that. He's like, yeah, I'm telling you, that's what you have to do. Save your little money, do it together, call your friends, make it happen. And that's exactly what I did. And then I reached out to a friend. I don't know if you guys know Al Heyman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So his right-hand man is a guy named Sam Watson. And Sam manages everybody from Mayweather to whoever else, every boxer in the country, half of them. And he's a good friend. When he was working, he still works for Al, but when they would do concerts, they would call me in LA to host concerts. Oh, I couldn't believe it. And I would have a ball at every single one of them. They would let me host. I hosted Rick James, Tina Marie, and The Time. And this was like 10 years ago at the amphitheater that doesn't even exist anymore here in LA. So they put me on stuff like that. Anyway, so I just happened to call him on a good day and was like, Sam, I need another $30,000 to do this movie. And he was like, girl, what's your account number? I like, what? Yeah. Start rattling off that number. It's been a long journey. It's been a long journey I got discouraged and I was going to give up. And then Robert Townsend said, look, it took me 10 years to do the 5 Heartbeats. Don't you ever quit. He said, you got something, you better finish it. And I was like, okay. So I'm finished now. It shouldn't be long before you guys see it. I got every funny comic just about in LA is in this movie. It's John Witherspoon's last film.
Okay.
Tiffany Haddish, AJ Johnson, Kim Whitley, Sherry Shepherd, Earthquake, Bruh Man from the Fifth Floor, and just too many more for me to even. Misha Lay performs in my movie. Oh, it's just, I cannot wait. And I ran out of money. So thank God for COVID. Because of COVID, I was able to go on YouTube, learn how to edit, how to score, how to do audio. I love YouTube University. No student loans, and I learned all that. Yeah. I had 3 previous editors. I had shelved out some money to edit this movie, almost $10,000, and I was not. This was not the vision for me. So I learned how to do it and did it my damn self.
There you go.
I did it. I reached out to people that could have snapped their finger and helped me, and not one of them did. Not one. And I was kind of mad at first, but you know what? God always got the better plan. So I'm just going to go on and float with whatever he's working with.
Definitely. Speaking of movies, I don't know if you've seen Coming to America, the second installment. How would you compare and contrast the number 1 and number 2? And
come on now. What number 2 do you know that was anywhere near number 1? Name a movie for me, because I just ain't seen it. The number 2 compared to the number 1. What Eddie did was he let the newer generation get a glimpse of what he did back in the day. And he put a lot of black actors to work. Big ups for that. Wish I was one of them, but that's okay, because I'm acting all through my own movie, and I'm good.
Does Melanie?
I hope to work with him one day. I would love to work with Eddie Murphy one day. Matter of fact, he came up to me one day when I came off stage and said, I'm going to put you in a movie. I'm still waiting on that, Eddie. I'm still waiting. I'm going to be patient.
Does Melanie Comarcho get the credit she deserves or the accolades she deserves as a comedian in the game? Because you're probably one of the baddest top 5 comedians out there. Definitely top 5.
Stop it.
No, you're raw.
Thank you.
You're raw what you do.
I'm one of your top 5. Thank you so much.
You don't get the credit you deserve, though. And
you know what? As long as they keep calling, as long as I'm still working, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be all right. I would love to get to another level, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm doing what I love, which is stand-up comedy. And not only do I have a new movie coming, I also will be having a new 1-hour special. So look out for that.
Oh,
as well.
Didn't Cat Williams say that as well too? That you got overlooked, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, him and Kevin had a little battle on the Breakfast Club. I was like, oh God, don't say my name, please, don't get me in that. And I was kind of, at first I was like, please don't. I love Tiffany. Don't compare me to her. I've been in the game way longer. She's like a daughter to me as well. I think she's like 5 years older than my own daughter. And at first I was kind of salty, and then I got this sound exchange check. I was like, oh, well, Kevin, yeah, you can talk about me again. Then. Talk about me again. I guess people started Googling to see who I was or whatever. Because the guy on the Breakfast Club, I ain't never even heard of it. Well, that's because you don't know shit about comedy, sir.
Who said that? Which one said that?
You can't know comedy and not know who I am. I've been on tour with the comics in the country.
Who said that?
In the world.
Who said that? Envy of Charlemagne.
Who you think? The God, of course.
That's crazy. He don't know who Melanie Comarcho is.
It's okay. If it wasn't for the Breakfast Club, we wouldn't know who he was.
How you watch a Martin special, even Cat Williams' first, second, third show, and not know who Melanie Comarcho was?
I'm not even worried about it. Charlemagne has not stopped or hurt in any way. They're still hitting me up and calling, so I'm okay. Charlemagne the God, I just have to let him see me one day. He'll have to come and see who I am. I'll turn him into a fan.
Yeah, indeed. Well put. Another queen of comedy that was on that tour with Cat Williams was Lunel, friend of the show. She's been on multiple times. We love Lunel on the podcast. Talk about, do you have a relationship with Lunel? If so, how was it?
I mean, when we was on tour, that was my ride or die. Lunel's doing her own thing. I'm doing my thing. We see each other, every once in a while. But yeah, she's cool.
Dope. Now you got an incredible story. Well, it didn't start off incredible, but you were on the Queens of Comedy tour, I think, originally, and you were taking off. Can you talk about that? And then right after that, Martin picking you up.
I was hosting the Queens of Comedy. I was the first host of the Queens of Comedy. And, it wasn't the Kings. It wasn't the Kings. We wasn't selling out no arenas or anything like that. But when I was hosting, I made sure that every queen on there got a standing ovation. I know how to host if I can't do nothing else. I've hosted every major club in Los Angeles, the Comedy Store, Laugh Factory, and the Improv. I've hosted them all. And I also hosted my own room, the Savoy, for years. So I know how to host. Everybody don't know how to host. You got to hit it and then bring your people, your acts on. So I did that. I asked them if there was any joke that was similar to one of theirs that I did, because people, great minds think alike. They might have had something similar, to let me know, and I wouldn't do it. I could write another joke. And they were like, no, everything's good. And I think after the third show, and this is 3 shows of standing ovations, I was told, well, you're not that good a host, so we're gonna, what? No, you gotta give me another reason. That ain't it. And then I was devastated because I'm a mother. I was divorced by this time, so I'm a single mother of 2 kids that I gotta feed, and now this is my money that's gone. And I'm like, oh, fuck. But my God is so good. Within a week of him letting me go, Martin called and said, hey, you want to come on tour with me? And I had told him what happened. Yeah, they took me off the Queen's Cup. And he was like, oh, don't worry. What are they paying you? Oh, I'm going to double that. Bam! And you'll be the only queen on this tour. Bam! And I ended up touring with, and then Martin told me one night after a show, and this was a couple years later, when I'm on tour, you're on tour. What? Wow. And he kept his word. He kept, every time he went out, he called me. Now this tour he on now, that lit AF tour, that's not his tour. He's just hosting that tour. But when he's on tour, I got the call. So love you for life, Martin. And I said happy. His birthday was just last week, the 16th of April. I already gave him a special, hey, another shout out. Hey, Martin. Okay.
Now, who did they replace you with? Who did they replace?
Miss Laura.
Miss Laura Hayes, yeah.
Okay.
So later I found out I was too skinny.
Oh.
Huh?
What? Yeah, if you ever watch the movie The Queens of Comedy, you'll hear him say, "Lose another pound and you'll be off this damn tour."
Monique said that, yeah.
What? Skinny women are evil? Well, what you lose all that weight for? Let me shut up. Okay. I have been nothing but nice to every big girl I know. You ask any big girl, even when I was clowning people at school, in high school, I didn't talk about, there was one girl, Fat Carolyn, and that's only because she called me black male. Other than that, you can't help because you're fat, just like I can't help because I'm skinny. I done tried everything. Ain't nothing worked. This guy told me he could put, a couple pounds on me, and he did. But as soon as he got up, I was back 110 pounds again. Good trick, sir. Good trick. I tell you.